Good night and welcome to our successful LPL program. Life Place Learning, or LPL, is related to everything we have learned since we were born, taking into account when, where, why and how it was. LPL means whatever you learned in non-formal environments, in more formal environments or informal learning environments. In the other words, learning is to grasp an idea through the experience by modifying existing knowledge to face new and different challenges. During our life, we have been acquiring different knowledge consciously or unconsciously, and we still keep doing it. All this knowledge gathered can be applied in different aspects of our life. As you know, every Friday, we board a new topic linked to education. It's for that we are recording this program in a school. But today is a special program because we have a prestigious guest. His name is Imanol Perez. He is a really good teacher at primary school. Imagine, he's so talented that right now just finished his thesis called "Stop Being a Bad Teacher." You may ask, what is this theory? I think that it's better if he explains it. He's in a conference in Madrid, so we are going to contact with him by online. Good afternoon, Imanol. How are you? Welcome to our LPL program. Tell us, what is this thesis and why did you choose it?
Good afternoon, Anne. The theme is focused on the language interaction between teacher and students and its consequences. That is, the analysis of the repercussion of the use of language. In education, the final goal is the students to learn. But for that to happen, language interaction amongst teacher and students is essential. So, teachers must focus on students and their learning progress. Therefore, in order to understand student learning progress, it is important to rely on teacher's speeches and his relationship with the students. In other words, feedback is significant in this process. It is relevant to underline that feedback doesn't come up itself, but has to be intentionally provoked by teachers using different strategies and methodology. It is something that must be prepared for teachers relying on different theories. So, we have chosen this project because it's going to be challenging and rewarding. Besides, it is going to be really useful for our career. In fact, in our future, language interaction will become our tool for education.
Wow, it's so interesting. And what do you want to achieve with this project?
The goal is to be conscious of the speed's variation and change of a teacher on infant education in order to draw some conclusions. I focus on the objective of what he says, how he says, and on the environment that he promotes in class and how he handles the interaction with the students. For example, if they want to talk, they might raise their hands.
And what is completed taking into account that you had to record different classes at school? Tell us, please.
It is true that I can forget the stress moments that I felt completing the task of this model. Sometimes I was satisfied with the process, and sometimes I was absolutely frustrated with the work. Furthermore, I have spent more hours than I previously thought. I consider that making the video records at school is the most important part of the process. But for the analysis, I had to transcribe everything, and that means being at the computer about 12 hours. But I really perceive the process as clean, organized, and resolved because taking into account the stress moments, doubts, and difficulties, I have created a project that I actually love.
I'm sure that you also have acquired different skills. Can you describe some of them?
I have learned strategies to do a good work, as the ability to get new ideas, to can connect with different people of different areas, to get relevant information, the ability to make brainstorming, or the ability to work in group, in this case with a partner. That is why I am more flexible, and I even add critically. I have learned to be like that, but in a creative and constructive way. In this moment, I also appreciate every opinion of another person. I believe that the fact that the more opinions you get, the bigger your knowledge is.
You are lucky to learn as much as you work. You are at LPL program or Life Place Learning program. So can you link your thesis work with the Life Place Learning?
Yes, for sure. I would like to underline that speaking is the main way of communication. So, in this case, I have analyzed the interaction in the context of a school, but I could say that this project could be contextualized anywhere. For example, the speaking interaction at home, in a bar, or on the streets. Therefore, I believe that we are in a continuous process of speaking learning, and not all that not only happens at the schools. So, teachers are going to be recycling and improving their interaction with the students during their whole career.
And finally, any conclusions to share with us?
Of course, I would like to say that teacher behavior is always going to be linked to social interaction. In fact, in education, there is a continuous interaction between teachers and students. As a consequence, the interaction provokes a feedback between teacher and student. This is something that teachers normally do not rely on. However, the transcendence of that feedback is really important. Therefore, teachers should work on how to improve that interaction and use different strategies to be effective. For example, there are strategies to encourage student participation, the time to talk, create a relaxed atmosphere, the attitude of respect, without pressure, direct turns to speak, propose open questions, support for the development of the answers, correcting the wrong word, effective communication in order to take into account the interest and the information given, and many others. To sum up, I would like to add that teachers should analyze their performance in order to see their weaknesses and strong points, and their teaching methods also. Then, moving from the theory to the practice, they should make some commitments and make an effort to improve. It is essential to underline that regarding the interaction in class, teachers are in a non-stop process of learning and recycling.
Wow, we have learned a lot with our conversation. Thanks for teaching us so much and introducing us a little more in the world of teachers and students. I'm sure that many instructors and teachers will welcome our program. There have been, at least, very useful and interesting. Thanks again, and we will be in touch. Thanks to you also, viewers. Without you, we would not be here. Remember that if you want more information about Imanol's thesis, you can visit his blog. Keep in touch, imanol.blogspot.com.es. See you next Friday with new surprises and new guests. Remember the catchword today. Stop being a bad teacher. I am Anne. Good night, everyone. Mwah.
Are you happy? Let's sing the happy song with Bob the Train. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and